Hello and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis and this is my weekly look at the market for week ending March 11th. And as you can see, we're looking at the S&P 500 right now. We've had our fourth week in a row of a strong move upward. We've now cleared the 40-week moving average. That's a very important level. Had we had a reversal right here, I would have been going short. But right now we got above it, so the play is to the long side on the S&P 500s. The stock market is still very much underperforming. Most sectors are still negative for the year, but we've got a pretty good move here, so we'll have to see if this can continue. Let's see how that is affecting our currencies. Here we have the my current strong week rankings. I included the previous week for comparison, and as you can see, the market is being dominated by the three commodity currencies: Aussie, Canadian dollar, and New Zealand dollar. Although the New Zealand dollar is considerably weaker than the Aussie and the CAD, and of course the CAD is your play on the sudden rise in oil prices. It hasn't been a huge rise, but the oil prices are starting to go back up. We may have finally hit the bottom there. And of course the US dollar has moved all the way to the 8th position. Now let's see how that is affecting our currency pairs. Okay, now we're looking at the euro US dollar. We've been stuck in this trading range. On Thursday we had this big reversal candle, a little bit of a pullback on Friday, but as long as this low holds, then you can probably look for this thing to drift higher. The euro is kind of in the middle of the road as far as our currencies, and then the US dollar is weak, so I would not expect a big movement out of that. But if you must play this pair, I would play it to the upside right now. Our best pair right now is the Aussie US dollar. After making that low in the middle of January, a nice uptrend here. We finished the week with a nice big blue candle. Gave it back a little bit in the final part of the day, but still a nice move. We actually opened the week with a gap higher, and then it finished at its high of the day. So that's all very positive. Maybe you get a pullback for a better entry point, but I would definitely be playing this to the upside. If you back this on up, you can see the last time we had a break of the 200, this was to the downside. We stayed below that 200 moving average for a year and a half. So will this stay above the 200 for a year and a half? No one knows, but we'll play it in that direction, and if it does have this kind of move but to the upside, then we definitely want to be in it as early as possible. Let's look at some other things I'm looking at. This I just noticed. It's in the euro, British pound daily chart here. This is actually a little short-term head and shoulders top that we see here. You know, we had this nice move up. It was, you know, pullbacks, new high, pullbacks, new high, pullback, lower high. And you combine this lower high with this high, and you have the shoulder. You have a left shoulder, right shoulder, and then you have your head here. And we have a very clear neckline. This was a point of resistance, and it's now a strong point of support. And if we can get a close below that support, then I would look for this thing to move down to maybe 75 or 74. Maybe not a huge trade. It's still going to be a bit of a counter trend trade as we are well above the 200 moving average, but I would definitely be playing this to the downside if we can break that red line here. And another head and shoulders, what I've been watching for a while now. Now this is a big head and shoulders here. This is over the case of many months, and we had the left shoulder, right shoulder, and our head. Let's focus in a little bit. It's been a little slow going. I told you this was going to take a while to develop. We're just below the neckline with this past week's action. We had that big up candle on Wednesday. I think that all occurred like within an hour or two, that big move there. And we're just below the neckline here. If we can get a move above and get a close above that neckline, then this trade is definitely on. And projections on how far this thing can run, there's no real resistance above here. I mean, you can measure it out. Maybe you measure from here to here. That might give you indication, but you know, that could be. We could definitely get up here to like 125 or even 1.35. So I'll definitely be watching this one. And that's what I got for you for this week. Join me on my thread, and I'll give you some daily updates. Catch y'all later.